Hey, what's up guys? Devil Dog Gamer here. Welcome to another Marine Corps Mondays. And this time we're coming back with more War Thunder. And you know, I've been playing the shit out of War Thunder, and I've got level 12 on the British, and I stopped playing the British because at higher level, Spitfires are squishy as fuck. So then I started playing the Russians because the Russians had a good balance of firepower and maneuverability. Then I got to level 14 with them, and they're really, I mean, the LA5 and LA7 are really all they got. They nerfed the fuck out of the ammo for the Yak 910, or the Yak 9T, I should say, and just kind of sucked. So I decided to go finally push on the Germans, and the Germans are where it's at. I mean, the Dornier 217 is a fucking tank, and I just absolutely demolished people in this round with this fucking Dornier. And the BF-109s are just fucking ridiculous. So if you're planning on doing War Thunder and you're thinking about the future, definitely go German. They have the most jet aircraft, best aircraft I can find around. It's definitely worth a good time to invest in. But yeah, we're gonna keep on doing War Thunder for Marine Corps Mondays. It's fun, and you know, it's not really something I want to do in a normal series. I'd just rather do it as gameplay for Marine Corps Monday. But anyway, speaking of Marine Corps Monday, this week we're going to talk about the future. The future. And you might be thinking, oh, you're going to talk about laser guns and fucking space marines? No. I'm talking about all those video games and movies you see where everybody's flying a VTOL aircraft like an Osprey. Well, a time's coming. The Army announced that they've been trying to replace all their helicopters. Because, I mean, they're getting old. The fucking Apache's like, what, almost 20 years old now? Same with the Black Hawk. And the Chinook is, God, fucking retarded old. Probably older than my dad. But, they've been talking they want to replace them. Well, Bell is throwing VTOL prototypes into the race for it. And, their VTOL prototype consists of similar to the V-22, but the engines are fixed to where the rotors will be the only thing that moves. And they've put some, drawings up of what it looked like, and it looks pretty badass, I gotta say. It's pretty badass, but if they win the contract, it's going to be like all these movies and video games where everybody's flying in all these VTOLs. I mean, they may not be the jet-powered ones, but they're going to be VTOLs, and it's going to be crazy. And I'm really kind of, as much as I'd like to see the Marine Corps be the only one that operates a VTOL like the V-22, it's very important that everybody operates them. I mean, they're so much faster, so much more logistics about it. And the way you got to look at it is they're a lot faster. They have a lot more range than a normal helicopter. And that guy just got smoked. So when you're hit and injured on a combat zone, what do you want coming to pick you up? A V-22 or a Black Hawk? Do you want the thing that's going to get you there faster and get medical treatment? Or do you want something that's reliable and that's been there? I don't know. But I mean, personally, it's definitely going to increase not only combat effectiveness, but casualty rates because of how fast they can operate. Now, along this line, they did mention that it's a possibility that the AH-64 Apache gets replaced with one of these VTOL. They do have the ability to mount weapons on these things. So can you imagine just throwing it in fucking hover and pretty much being an Apache? That is fucking cool shit right there. Like, honestly, that'd be fucking ballin'. It'd be like True Lies with the Harrier scene, like going up the side of a building and just fucking unloading on people. I think it's kind of cool. I really hope that fucking Bell wins the contract and the Army starts getting down and, getting down on the VTOL. Because the Air Force operates one currently, but that's only for special operations, and the Marine Corps does, and that's about it. But that's Navy and Marines, same thing. And I remember when I saw my first V-22, it was when I was in the Marines. I was at Camp Geiger, and one of the air bases is attached to Camp Geiger. I think it's Cherry Point. It's either Cherry Point or New River. I can't remember. It's one of them. But we had the weekend off, so decided to walk on down to the airbase, which is pretty much like a 2-mile road. pretty much right down to the airbase, and got right up to the fence, and you're sitting there right at the hangars, and all you see are just V-22s and Harriers everywhere. It's ridiculous. I mean, like, the V-22 is a fucking sexy beast. Like, it really is. And, like, I know a lot of people were like, oh, you know, all the problems with it. Every aircraft kills somebody during the testing. I mean, it's ridiculous. And a lot of it's pilot error, because, I mean, sure, shit. Trying to go from an airplane to a helicopter, shit's going to be a little difficult to fly, you know what I mean? But they were really cool. I never really got to ride in one, and that really sucks. Like, I was totally looking forward to it. That's one of the things I regret about my time in the Marines. I never got to fly in a V-22. But you never know what the future holds. And then speaking of this, there's also news that I read that Israel is going to be the first country that we sell V-22s to. It's part of their defense package that we're sending out, and it was authorized that they could buy a V-22 or V-22s, multiple. They haven't decided how many they want to buy, and I think that's an awesome thing that we're selling Israel V-22s. Not only because it gets the word out there and it gets, you know, the aircraft more popular, but Israel's a fucking awesome ally, and they're going to put really good use to that V-22. Israel does a lot of things that changes how we do on the battlefield. You got to remember, they're constantly at war. They have the most battle-hardened troops there is, and you know, they could probably do some things to the V-22 that we wouldn't think of, and show us how to do things. And this asshole, fucking people, I swear, look at him, tries to ram me and then fucking pulls up. But yeah, Israel gets them, and then we're also selling fucking F-16s, so I think Saudi Arabia again. Which is no big deal, the F-16s are getting old. And currently right now, they're working on the new variant of the H-64, the H-64E. And apparently there's some problems with it. They didn't really go into detail exactly what the problem was with it. And they're thinking about giving up on it, or something like that, or, you know, putting it aside. And then apparently the F-18E, I think it's the F-18E. It's one of the new F-18s, the F-18. It's the new variant they're working on with new avionics and engines and shit like that. They're trying to roll it out because they want it to replace, they want it to take the part of the F-35. Because everyone's making a big deal of this F-35. But really, like, the way it is we let our aircraft get older and older and older and older. And all we do is upgrade the avionics and shit. We're going to have the same old airframe to the point where it's going to be outdated. Everybody's going to have a motherfucking stealth fighter, and we're going to have all these old F-16s and shit. And look at that ass clown. And of course I rage. I was doing good. I could have totally made it to the airfield, this dickbag. But everybody's going to have a stealth fighter. Russia just approved for Tupolev to fucking draw up plans for a fucking high-speed stealth bomber. Like, that's Russia. Russia is going to make a stealth bomber. And they already got their stealth fighter in the works. China's working on their stealth fighter, which looks fucking awesome. I mean, we have to upgrade our shit. This is how national defense works. You make sure your shit is up to date, so the second you do need to use it, you got it. You know what I mean? And I know the government's like, oh, we're trying to save money and stuff. Just buy the aircraft. That's all you got to do is buy them. You're not going to buy another aircraft for 20 years after that. You're just going to upgrade the systems and save your ass some money. It's worth it, in my opinion. But I'd really like to see the future where everybody's just rolling in on fucking VTOLs and fucking, you know, it'd be crazy. Honestly, it's something I'd like to see. Now, you know, next thing you're going to see is you're going to see the jet-powered fucking VTOLs all over the place. And that'd be pretty cool. This guy just double-teamed. But, you know, it'll happen. But it's probably not going to take as long as the V-22 did, because the V-22 was new. It wasn't exactly new technology per se, because they've been working on VTOL forever. But there were a lot of design challenges, and I think Bell kind of worked it all out. Because, I mean, you see how well the V-22 is operating. So they're going to go ahead and apply it to all the new aircraft they're making for the Army. So I'm sure that if they did end up winning the contract, it'd be like 2 to 3 years before you see like before you get like your first batch. I guarantee it almost. And yep, everybody's just up on my butt. This is what I like about this game, War Thunder. It's like you get into some crazy ass situations where you're like, oh fuck my life. But anyways, yeah. But now all we need is laser rifles and everything would work pretty good. Alright guys, but this is wrapping up. I think I get like one more kill and then somebody else kamikazes me, which is pretty dumb, but it happens. Alright guys, don't forget to give it a like and a favorite and leave a comment, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.